Hi everybody, this is Paul at Kentucky Tacklebox. Welcome back to the channel today. Today I want to talk about Roostertail lures and specifically switching out the treble hooks on Roostertail lures to single hooks and where and why I do that. So I'm starting off today with this is a 1/6 ounce Roostertail with a standard treble hook on it, just as they come from the factory. And I've taken a couple rooster tails I got that are also in the 1/6 ounce size, and I've switched them over to a single hook, kind of a similar setup like this, using a split ring and then just a small open hook. And the reason I'm doing this is twofold. The first one is occasionally I find myself fishing in creeks where there are trout swimming around it, in addition to bass and panfish. And the single hook allows you to target that species as well while you're fishing with the rooster tail in those type of areas. The second reason is in fishing larger bodies of water, like some of the local lakes in southern Kentucky. What I have found is this year I've been getting a lot of short strikes where the fish have been kind of not really fully committing to biting the lure. And I believe that using a single hook versus a treble hook might give me a slight margin of an edge on it. And here's the reason why. Let me slide over a typical treble hook here. So this would be like a standard treble hook that you'll find on like a 1/6 ounce rooster tail lure, and I believe that's a number 8 treble if I'm not mistaken. So let me try to view from the top down. So if you look at it from the top down, the diameter of the three trebles versus the diameter of the single hook, the diameter of the single hook is a little bit smaller. And what that allows you to do is the fish, if they are short striking, they may not feel the hook as fast because it's less wide compared to like the three trebles of the treble hook. So that may give you that extra little margin when fish are short striking. And the reasons that fish short strike are a couple of reasons. Sometimes they just get easily skittished due to like heavy fishing pressures. That's usually probably one of the main ones. Another one may be that depending on where they are in their spawn cycle, they may not be really fully committed to eating up right now. If they're not in a really super hungry feeding mood, they may just look at something, a bait running by their area as just a nuisance and just trying to shoo it away. So that's another reason where the smaller hook diameter may be advantageous. So what I've done is I've taken a couple of lures. This is like a brown kind of a salmon fly colored rooster tail, and I have one of the same color. So I've switched this one already over to a single hook on it, and I've also got another 1/6 ounce. This is kind of like a rainbow trout pattern, and I also have put a single hook on there too. So the reason being is if you're going to add some single hook rooster tails to your fishing gear, you may want to do it in a couple different color sizes for the same reason that you would use a couple different colors of rooster tails anyway. Some lighter colors, some darker colors, some bold colors is a good mix. And it's a good idea to rig up a few in each. So that way you have some with the trebles, some with the single hooks, and that allow you to cover all the bases. So, and then getting back to it, like I said, the as the fish are short striking. Now, remember the fish, depending on what you're going to be finding, whether you're swimming a creek, and I'm going to be using this as kind of a visual aid. This is kind of not my best effort at drawing a fish, but just to give you an idea, certain. And this is probably a good representation of a creek-sized fish. But when you compare the treble hook, if I slide it over towards the fish's mouth, and then the smaller hook as well, okay, because of the diameter, the fish would probably be more apt to sense the treble hook before it will the single hook, just because of the wider diameter there. And bear in mind, if you're doing a lot of creek fishing, you're not going to be going after large monsters. Typically, the fish are going to be standard size or smaller size. I would say medium to smaller size ones. Occasionally, you'll pull a large one out of a creek. That's not uncommon. But for the most part, you're going to be dealing with smaller size fish, whether they be panfish, bass, or trout. So that's where the single hook can really shine for you and help you out. So kind of keep that in mind if you're going to be doing a lot of creek fishing. And then the other area, if you're in a bigger lake, obviously you're going to be able to catch bigger fish. But nevertheless, when fish are short striking for one reason or another, the small hook may give you an advantage. And the other thing too is that the small single hook doesn't give the fish a lot of leverage to twist the hook off to get it out of their mouth. Sometimes a treble hook, they can manage the clever fish can hook it onto something, whether it be a rock, a stick, or something, and then twist their body just enough to pop the treble hook. And that's happened to me. And I'm sure most of you that have done a lot of fishing have probably seen the same thing. So a single hook will give you an advantage there as well. So anyways, right now this week in Kentucky, we're just having just some crazy record heat this week. I think we're going to have some heat indexes in the 100-degree mark. So I might not be doing a ton of fishing this week unless I can sneak out in early mornings or late evenings when it's at the cooler part of the day. But I hope to get out as much as I can this weekend, and I hope you as well, if the weather allows you to and the time does. Get out when you can because it is still a great time to be outdoors. And best of luck when you're on the water. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next video.